A guilty plea in a tragic car crash. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Janine Samuels. Thanks for joining us. A woman pleads guilty to killing 5 children and a friend during a car accident on Route 301 in Bowie earlier this year. 2 of the victims were her daughters. Keisha Butts was at the courthouse this morning for the hearing.
The mother who caused a fatal car accident, killing 5 children, including 2 of her own and an adult passenger on Route 301, pleads guilty. Dominique Taylor was in court today crying as she told the judge that she was guilty. Taylor faces up to 30 years in jail. The kids were between the ages of 5 to 15. State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy has this to say about the plea.
Anytime a defendant accepts responsibility, we believe that's a good thing, and certainly in a case like this, to save the family from having to go through just the trauma of a trial. Those children have a father, and that father lost his 2 children. A grandmother lost her 2 grandchildren. So it's very, very tragic.
For those of you not familiar, Taylor was driving drunk with the 5 kids in the back seat when her car spun into a field. The kids who were not wearing seatbelts were ejected from the car and died at the scene. The passenger died days later at the hospital. Taylor was charged with 6 counts of vehicular manslaughter and 6 counts of vehicular homicide. At the courthouse, Keisha Butts, CTV News.
Taylor will be sentenced in January. Well, the American Civil Liberties Union is weighing in on yesterday's deadly shooting in Hyattsville that involved 3 police agencies. The American Civil Liberties Union has issued a statement about yesterday's police-involved deadly shooting in Hyattsville. This is the man who was shot by police, 49-year-old Leonard Shand. Police from Prince George's, Hyattsville, and Mount Rainier responded to a call from a coffee shop on East-West Highway yesterday morning. They say Shand was armed with 2 knives. Police say they spent nearly 30 minutes trying to de-escalate the situation. The suspect was tased 3 times, pepper sprayed, and hit with shotgun beanbags. Investigators say Shand charged one of the officers, and that's when he was shot. The ACLU alleges the man was disoriented and says a health expert should have been on the scene to peacefully de-escalate the situation. The ACLU says it's challenging the officer's narrative, saying it paints the victim as a threat while wiping their hands clean of any wrongdoing. The county executive's office had this to say.
But people need to understand that this is an event that is just a little over 24 hours old right now. Everything is still under investigation. From what I understand, there are several videos, different angles of things. All of that will be reviewed. I'm sure all of the officers will have an opportunity to speak as well. And as they go through the investigation, we'll be able to put everything together, piece together how it happened. And as soon as the investigation is complete and we have all of the information, we'll be able to present that to the public, letting them know exactly how things transpired yesterday morning.
And investigators are asking anyone who witnessed the incident to contact police.
2 Maryland senators have introduced legislation to honor ROTC graduates who die before receiving their first assignment. It would provide a status change to allow those who have been commissioned to be treated as a member of the armed forces who dies while on active duty. The legislation honors 2nd Lieutenant Richard Collins III. In May 2017, the Bowie University graduate was stabbed to death in College Park in what's being called a hate crime, just days before he reported to his first Army assignment. The status change would allow families to receive death and other benefits.